Hi boys and girls, it's Mr. Campbell and I'm actually here to give you some instruction today. Today we're going to be starting our next unit, which is going to be on graphs. And we're going to start that today with a tally chart. Now, a lot of you are familiar with a tally chart. You've learned these many times before. And a tally chart is really just an easy way to keep track of information. This goes all the way back to the caveman days where they would track how many antelope or mammoths or whatever that they had killed and hunted. So we know it's been used for a long time. It was an early form of counting. Now, when you are doing a tally, one really important thing to remember is after 4 tallies, I like to call it a bundle, but you always do that 5th tally sideways or diagonally across because it really will help us with counting. And then to really help your parents and me out, always leave a space in between, okay? Almost like the 2-finger rule, as if you were writing in kindergarten, okay? So as I keep going across, I count to 4, and then there's my bundle of 5. And then I would start a little bit over and keep going, all right? Why do we do this? Well, it's a lot easier than just counting a ton all the way across, okay? This takes a lot longer, but here if I can just go 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, it's gonna be much faster. Okay, now, how do we make a tally chart? That's our next thing we're gonna talk about today, all right? And here's what we do, all right? I came up with a survey, just an imaginary survey, on favorite vegetables or favorite veggies, right? Always want to have a title of your graph. Here are my results. So if I had asked you guys this in class and maybe you raised your hands, we're going to say 6 people voted for carrots and 11 people voted for green peppers and 8 voted for tomatoes and 13 for green beans and 9 for lettuce and 4 for eggplant. Now, what does that look like with the tally? Okay, so carrots had 6 tallies. So we would want to do one bundle of 5 plus another. 5 plus 1 is 6. Okay, green peppers, now we're going to need a little bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 2 bundles plus 1. 8 will be 1 bundle plus 3 more. 1, 2, 3. 5 plus 3 is 8. Green beans, that had the most votes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. 2 bundles plus 3, 13. Lettuce had 9 votes, so we're going to have 1 bundle plus 4 more. 5 plus 4 is 9. And eggplant got the least amount of votes. It's just 4. All right, I'm hoping you've learned that before in 2nd grade. I'm hoping we've talked about that enough this year that should be very familiar. So we're not going to spend a lot of time on that. Now, that takes me to the new part of what we're learning today. And this is one that a lot less people are familiar with. A lot of us know what tally charts are, and bar graphs, and pie graphs, and pictographs, and all those things. Okay, so today we are going to talk about line plots. Now, line plots have become way more popular in the last couple years, and they're just another representation, almost like a tally. In fact, what you usually use is an X. So let's imagine that there was a question on favorite kind of candy. Now, if Snickers had 4 votes, we would do 4 X's, and the 4 X's all represent 1 vote each. So we could say Snickers had 1, 2, 3, 4 votes. So every X equals 1 vote, or 1 tally, or 1 person, okay? M&M's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That had 7. Now, if I look at this, that looks like it's the highest, but let's just check. 1, 2, 3, 4 Kit Kats, 3 Hershey bars, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Reese's peanut butter cups. Now, why are line plots really effective? Well, it's kind of a quick way to make a graph. I can see easily that M&M's is the most, and Reese's peanut butter comes in second. It kind of makes almost like a bar graph, but you're just doing X's. And the most important thing to remember, boys and girls, is that each X equals 1 vote, 1 person, 1 tally, okay? Now, how do I create a line plot? Well, let's go back to this favorite veggies that we just did. I'm actually going to move that up. Now, let's take that information and create a line plot with the same information. So if I went back here to carrots, which was 6 votes, okay? Down here where I see the word carrot, I'm going to do 6 X's. Now, the key here, and a lot of kids like to write the number at the top. is to make your x's approximately the same. You don't want a big x and a small x or big spaces in between. Now, green pepper had a lot more, 11. But watch what I'm going to do. So when I'm doing my x's, they're going to be the same size. So when I get to 6 x's on green pepper, it's exactly the same height as the carrot. But I'm going to keep going a couple more. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I'd put my 11 at the top. Let's just look at one more. So tomato had 8 votes. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight across again, 7, and 8. Okay, so this is a line plot. We're writing x's to represent our tallies and our numbers, but you can kind of see it in a more clear-cut way, almost like a bar graph. Okay? All right, now, there's one more important thing we have to talk about, and that is, how do I read a line plot? Okay, now this is important because you're going to have some questions. So after you watch this video today, you're going to be now doing some of your own work. But there's some things I wanted to talk about. Okay, can we zoom in on here? Okay, so how do I read a line plot? All right, let's say the question was, how many pets do you have? That's our title, okay? How many pets is still our title. Now, when they're asking that survey question, they might have said they had 0 pets, or 1 pet, or 2 pets, 3 pets, 4 pets, 5 pets. Now, clearly, the one with the most votes was 3 pets. But this doesn't mean 3 people said that. It means that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people said that they have 3 pets. So if the question you're answering is, which number got the highest number of votes, or what is the number of pets most people have, we would say 3 pets. Now, if it said, what is the least number of pets people had? Now, that's a little bit different question. Sometimes we're talking about, okay, well, 5 only had 2 votes, so is 5 the least? Not exactly, all right? Really, 0 pets is the least. Now, 3 people had that, but if we're asking the question, what was the least amount of pets somebody had? 0 truly is the answer for that, okay? Now, one other question you might come across today is how many people had 2 or fewer. So here's what I like to do. Draw almost like a line. If it's 2 or fewer, that means 2, 1, and 0 all count. So I would count the 2s, 1, 2, 3, the 1s, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the 0s, 8, 9, 10. And I would say 10 people had fewer than 2 pets. All right, I know that was a really fast lesson, but I just wanted to kind of give you a crash course on tally charts and line plots. Hopefully you can apply all this to your lesson today. Please, please, please email me if you have questions, moms and dads. And after you're done with your activity, you're going to submit it to me on the Google Classroom. All right, try and get outside, keep enjoying math, and keep doing a great job. All right, thanks. Bye.